Hello, everyone. We are live. This is Picker's Church for y'all that don't know. And Ronnie, Hart's Picker. We got in the other screen, Chad, the Golden Finger Picker.
Howdy, howdy.
What's up? How has your week been, Mr. Chad?
Dude, screw the week. Today has been freaking, oh my God. About how Kim ripped my head off today. And it's just been one of those days, dude. I mean, everybody's got them. Most people won't talk about them. But yeah, total frustration all day. And it wasn't anything Kim did where I was frustrated. It was dealing with posters that we got and trying to get good quality photos of them. And it's been a nightmare because what's worked for me in the past just was not working. And so got to make different, overcome and adapt is what it comes down to. But yeah, today's been crappy, but this week's been fun. It's been good. And Kim and I are going to try to start doing, I don't want to say a daily vlog, but kind of go into a little bit more of what we're doing during the day. And it's fun to do and short. And
Dinner at the Crab Shack.
Yeah. What about you?
Nothing much. Gretchen would love to do the everyday vlog thing. And my thing was like, maybe on my very birthday, we'll start that day. I have the same birthday as you actually, so just a few years apart.
Well,
but I just don't think I would be entertaining enough.
Well, we're really not trying to be entertaining. We're just sharing what's going on with us that particular day. And today just happened to be a bad day, but we shared it. Typically we wouldn't, if we had this day like today, typically we wouldn't let people know how crappy it was. And don't get me wrong, Kim wasn't like super mean to me, but husband, wife, yeah, your picture is blurry, all get out. But hey, we're doing it. I mean, it's the real part of what we do. And you're not going to have great days every day. And today it's just going to be, we're going to chalk it up as wasted time. So.
Am I looking better? No, I do look a little fancy. I don't know why that would be.
It's you, dude. You are like blurry as all get out.
I don't look that bad on mine. Let me look on the video and see how bad I look.
Yeah, they're saying Ronnie's fuzzy.
Bad.
Fuzzy wuzzy.
I do look fuzzy. Fuzzy wuzzy. Oh, well.
Shadow, you have interesting merchandise to sell. Yeah, well, you know what would really suck out of this is if we were just dealing with everyday blah, 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 no fun. But on the contrary, the positive thing is we got some really cool stuff we were messing with. And it was just slowing us down big time. I cannot even read the chat. But yeah, would appreciate everybody coming tonight to the reseller or Picker's Church. Yes, Picker's Church. Scott the Bearded Picker says, Ronnie, the year 2000 called. They want their camera back. Oh, shoot. Yes. How's it going, Henry? We got Henry. We got Brian the Oakbrook Picker. Karen's at the beach. Scott the Bearded Picker. The Lucky Reseller. That's a cool name. I like that. HB Picker. Turtle Trader. CJ Gordon. Kathy Earls. Mothership Products. Dwayne, what's going on? Chad, you need to fill the blank spot on your wall. I know it. Yeah. I know it. Cosmic Thrifter, thank you for coming tonight. And Kim's in the chat. Everybody tell her to be nice to me. Tell her not to yell at me while I'm on the show.
Don't yell at Chad.
Yeah.
I wonder if I'm better now. I kicked my wife off the internet.
No, she didn't yell at me. It was just frustrating today, man. You know when you do something and just nothing works?
Isn't that every day at your house?
No. Trust me, Kim doesn't yell at all. Kim is not a yeller. She can look at me and I can like, uh-oh, I'm in trouble.
Chase you around with the chancleta.
Yes, you look much better now.
Oh, okay. So it was because I turned both phones off the internet. I turned the other laptop off the internet. Hey, go off.
Looks good.
So what you talk about while I was gone?
No, I was welcoming everybody. Yeah, everybody's saying that the pink birds should sell easy here at Swamp Picker in Louisiana. But what do you mean by sell easy? I mean, that's where I'm kind of stuck because, I mean, there's some posters that sell for hundreds of dollars and some of them sell for $50. And it's just really hard to tell. I do have those two right here, though. In case anybody wants to see, just let us know in the chat. Any help I can get, dude. I mean, any help I can get, I would. Because I've been Google searching. We do the image search and nothing.
Oh, you're talking about the posters.
Yeah, the posters.
Yeah, I looked for a little bit. I was out at lunch with the wife, and I looked a little bit, and I seen the same thing that you guys were saying, which like a magazine.
Yeah, the magazine ad saying, "Hey, you can order this, but there's not another single one out there." It's like, what? And then the one with the flamingos. I mean, it's like that thing doesn't even exist, and I just don't understand how that graphic doesn't exist on Google search or anything. It's just strange. And it's marked Anheuser-Busch.
It's definitely interesting. That was for sure.
Yep. Walking Picker says, "Hey, Chad, I got offer up and let go on my phone now. May use it to sell instead of source. I'd do for both if you could." What have you been up to?
Me?
Yeah.
Having fun. Summertime on Cape Cod, homie.
Yeah, you were talking about you sourced a bunch of stuff and you sold pretty much out of 2 of them. You got all your money back already. So
yeah, last week we got I think I picked up like 40 items, and I actually sold like 3 of the items now, and it's been about $350 maybe. So I've already made my money technically back, and I haven't even listed the more expensive items. So good. Like it.
yeah, I don't know Garage Lonnie. Lonnie says, "Almost wonder if the guy had a connection with an advertising agency or something, Chad. It's all Anheuser-Busch stuff. Different beers, but it's all Anheuser-Busch." Google Spanish Town Parade. Is it going to help me with a beer poster?
You've been selling any of those coffee mugs? Last week, Kim talked about listing, 50 coffee mugs or something?
Yeah, actually, I just shipped 2 of them today. One was an itty bitty one that sold. We got like $37 shipped for it, and another Chicago one for $30-something shipped for. So, yeah, they're selling. Of course, they're slow movers, as you know.
Yeah, I think most of the mugs I've sold have been like slow sellers, except for the one that went for big money. But the other ones were all slow sellers.
Yeah, the better quality ones you get, the better, the quicker they'll sell. Why not contact the marketing department of Budweiser Company and ask about their past marketing campaigns? You know, ultimately, we may do that, but yeah, I know where they came from. They're all promotional posters. I mean, Like the only way you could get it is if you ordered it, special ordered it. They had magazine articles about it because that's what people are selling now. The actual advertisement in the magazine. If you want this full-size poster, send this much money to this address and we'll send you the poster. So it's a special order. And
It's very interesting, though. I will say that.
one of those things.
There was a question over here about, I changed about a week ago. I probably changed. Maybe it was a little bit longer. I was listening to the wife, and she said, "Why don't I try free shipping?" So I went in, changed all the prices. I've seen an uptick, like in views and listing impressions, but sales have been actually a little bit better too. But I don't know if that's to contribute to that or not. It's kind of hard to say. I just hated going in and changing prices on 450 things to account for the shipping. It was like,
Well, but pretty much most of your stuff is the same shipping, right? Pretty much. I mean, you can go edit, raise that price for a medium flat rate, $10, raise the price, everything on $10 and then put free shipping on everything.
I probably could have, but what am I going to do? Yeah, I was trying it out, Coco. I've done it in the past. It's not like I haven't done it. You know, it's one of those things you always flip-flop between it. You know,
Yeah.
but I think when I went to the warehouse, I stopped doing it, and I don't think I've done it since. But I noticed whenever I ran certain sales, I would do, like let's say instead of running a 25% off sale, you run a 15% off sale, and then I would hit the free shipping button. I noticed whenever I did that, though, I would see a few extra things, but it was mostly smaller stuff, so it was like, you know. So it's a small sample size to tell if it's anything or not, really, and it's hard to tell if it's better or not anyway, because you know I'm gonna be like, oh, we're gonna be getting here in the fourth quarter. Of course, it's gonna look like it's doing better, but probably would have did better without it. It's one of those things. Either you like it or you don't like it, and I don't think there's any good or bad thing about it. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I like it.
Yeah. Yep. Chad, I was just for rewatching your video about how you found your new home and looking on realtor.com at properties in your area. I bet your AC bills are a lot less. Yes. Our electric bill is quite a bit less. We average about 350 here, and it was between 600 and 800 there. It was a lot.
I don't even think our heat's electric, and I don't even think our worst month was like 350. And that was, you know, most of the time in the summer, I think my current bill was like $60.
Yeah, but you don't run air there, man. Big difference.
I don't like air, dude.
Whew.
I mean, you have to have it in Florida. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's like when we were in the Dominican Republic, you had to have it. But
Yeah.
and I like art because you can turn them off and on with the. They had the ones like above the doorway and all in our. It was in the living room. There was actually one in the kitchen, believe it or not, and then one in the bedroom. So they had a remote, so you turn it on. You get it too cold in the middle of the night, you turn it off, turn it back on.
Yeah, guys, everybody's talking about the free shipping, and do a test for yourself. Okay, if you only do free shipping, okay, and you're wondering, take free shipping off and charge free shipping. Watch it for a month, okay. Or if you do charge shipping, go to free shipping for a month and compare it to, you know, what it's been. But you don't want to do it on a month where it's supposed to really start picking up after it's been slow. So if you're going to do it, you need to do it soon because there should be an uptick now in sales. So, but yeah.
What is talking about AC bills? Yep. I don't want to talk about bills, but it's been so dude, we had a few days last week where it was like, I don't know if it was last week or this week. It was like 60 degrees one day. And I don't know, last Monday it was actually. It was 62 degrees like for the high.
Yeah.
And then Tuesday wasn't much better. Tuesday was like 66. It was like, and then this week one day, I think Saturday was only like 66, 68. Though Saturday wasn't too bad because it was sunny. But the other 2 days were cold and wet and damp.
Yeah, I couldn't stand it down in Miami. By the beach, Miami. No. Just, I don't know. I don't know. We're happy where we're at. We're right on the water, and it's not too hot and it's not too cold. Just fine.
Yes, sir. We got Australian in the chat. We got Bubba. Bunch of other people. Why don't you tell us where you're all from in the chat? Whoever has the most, what state wins.
Let's see. See a topic, my brother. Well,
I don't even have a topic. Like, I was watching a movie with the wife and kind of forgot about.
It's getting tough, isn't it, to run a live show?
Well, you do the same topics, and then sometimes we have the Friday show, and then sometimes, and it's hard to, you'll be thinking about something, and then it comes up on like the you know. I mean, I've noticed, like, let's say it's hard, for instance, like your YouTube lately, you've been making a lot more videos.
Yeah, I don't know. What we don't want to do is come across like we're chasing the money, because that's not what we're doing.
Well, that would happen if you started making a bunch of hour-long videos constantly. I would say yes, Chad is chasing dollars.
And now, it's just something different, and we've tinkered with it for a long time, and it's almost, you're just gonna have to see the good with the bad. I mean, somebody that's doing daily vlogs or something, it can't always be rose. It can't always be rainbows, and so. But yeah, we've only done 2. So we're kind of a little bit motivated. And what I'm wanting to do is like Lonnie was just saying, maybe a 5 to 10 minute video in the morning, and it'll be called like a nugget video. It's a pretty quick how to, or this is how I do it type thing. And we'll see how it goes. I've already got mine for tomorrow. I already know what I'm going to do. So it's pretty cool.
Nuggets. That's funny.
I did not start that. Somebody else started it. I remember hearing it. And so now I say drop a nugget.
I mean, I was just thinking like the what was it? The Crazy Picker Life. They did like what 200 videos straight.
Wow.
Days in a row. You got something to shoot for, Chad.
Yeah, right.
Even Cody in the chat here, I think he's up to like over 100 videos in a row. You can do it. I believe in you, Chad. I'll put a bet. How many videos? Will you make it a week? Will you make it a week?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying that we're going to do it we're not dedicating ourselves to doing it every day, because I'm not going to set myself up for failure. So we're going to try, and if we absolutely don't have anything to say, then we're not going to do a video just to do a video. If there's something to be learned, whether it's our screw up like today, waste of time, then I mean, there's something to be learned from it. So
I know I've talked about it. Maybe this fall I would think about doing it. I could do it easily when I go on vacation. Because October I'm thinking about Dominican Republic, and I'm also thinking about Florida because we're going to Orlando. So who knows? And Barry's talking about Nevada, Las Vegas. I don't know if I'll get over that far.
No, Barry had a really good idea for me today. He sent me a message, or several, that said pretty much to the effect of, with all this military stuff we got from the estate, hey, because it's all military stuff, kind of start like a Facebook group or something, and highlight the stuff in there that maybe you don't know, and can reach out to people and uh, try to get people's help on this. I'm like, well, I'm pretty much done with the military stuff. I mean, there's still some, but the rest of the stuff is pretty much just personal cool stuff. So, but it was a good idea. If you have a big lot like this, all pretty much like all military or all 70s or something like that, you can make a group and say, hey, well, I'm going through this estate and trying to get this stuff sold, get people to join and try to maybe help you out, and so we don't have to come on video saying, what is this? I'm going to show the poster just in case somebody, because I mean, that's how, I don't know, I'm not showing it to brag, I'm showing it because I need help, and we have that platform that we can actually do that, so I'm going to take advantage of it. But this poster, we have found absolutely nothing on. We found nothing on this. Okay, it's a Budweiser poster, and I wish Kim was in here where she could help. But it's a Budweiser poster.
With the flamingos.
Yeah. And if you look, all the people have their legs up like they're flamingos as well. Okay. And in the corner, it does say Anheuser-Busch, 1985, I think. But I mean, it's, oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful, awesome. I kind of saw it. I'm like, ooh, Andy Warhol type, because I thought
it's really cool.
Yeah. And then the other one I actually have two of. I thought I had three, but it's only two. But guys, any help, if anybody is bored and they want to try to research or something, feel free. But this one, all we have found, the only thing we have found on this is people are selling pages out of magazines advertising this.
That you can order.
That you can order it. Okay. There's two of them. So
right.
Okay. That you can order it. And typically what you'll see in those ads is up here, there's black writing that says, if you want to order this poster, if you want to order this full-size poster, send so much money to this address and we'll send it to you. So it's a special order type, and it's awesome graphics. Somebody said $100 or best offer. Dude, I'm going to shoot for higher than that, because they are just not out there unless somebody knows something I don't. It's just been one of those. I mean, we're experienced researchers, and I mean, we have Worth Point and all that, and there just has been nothing. I mean, we're talking Budweiser. How can there be nothing when it comes to Budweiser? Because they mass produce all kinds of crap. So I don't know. Is anybody saying anything in there?
Just throw it up to auction.
The one I have two of, I was thinking about throwing up on auction, starting it out at like $99. And it's, if anybody is even interested in it. And
yeah, I was just looking right now on there. There's some interesting posters on there, but nothing really similar to that. Like I see a Spud McKenzie one, but like the same time era, but And there's some weird Great Kings of Africa posters, I guess. Otherwise,
Yeah,
around the
we got,
same time, but that's all I see.
yeah. Kim just says, Chad, we suck at auctions. Well, I don't know, honey. We had that party suit that went for $1,500 on auction. So
The last few party suits, a lot of that stuff you actually did fairly well on.
yeah. Yeah, there's nothing on Worth Point, man. And the stuff you find on eBay is pages out of magazines. So I don't know. How do I determine age on service coats and parkas? I literally picked two from less than 2 hours ago. One's an Air Force, the other's the Army. What you need to do is they actually have numbers on them, and a lot of times in the numbers or right on the side, there's a date. It actually tells you what the date is. And then many times in like the actual like service number of it, it'll have a date code in there, like DL-0671, and 71 is the year, so it's 1971. So it's 1980s. It's very cool. It's $350 cool. Not sure the market will pay that. You know, it's one of those things. If there's literally not another one out there available, the market will just have to dictate that. And that's where we were with that record that we got. You know, there was none out there, so we took a risk and put it on auction, and we only got $32,000 for it, but it was appraised for over 100,000. So, I mean, you're right.
Actually, you know what?
Dude, I sold a pie poster that glowed in the dark for $200. So yeah, people will pay up for posters.
I was just thinking, like out of the top of my head, because when I have an issue with a sign or something, I go to the advertising groups. Maybe there has to be probably like a Budweiser collectors page or something on eBay, or I mean, not on eBay, on Facebook, and maybe somebody would be in there to help you, because I know like Coke collectors, they're very helpful with each other.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. I mean, I would assume there has to be something somewhere, you know what I mean? And maybe show a picture of the poster, and maybe somebody would help you.
Hell, I'll pay $100 for a poster if I know it's going to make me money. I don't care what it is. Someone paid me $180 for a Neil Young poster. Yeah. I just researched, and they have to be from the 50s and 60s to go for 100. Dude, you need to research more, because you're wrong. You're wrong. So if you researched it that quick, maybe you can, and you got an answer, maybe you can find these for me.
Well, I think currently on eBay, there's not many that's from that time frame. But if you look at Worth Point, there's quite a few older ones that, I mean, from the 80s that have sold for, like, there's some of them that sold for crazy money, like $400 or $500.
Yeah.
Because that's why, because I figured you already checked eBay. But when you put a Budweiser poster, like, a shitload came up. It was like, oh boy, there we go.
Yeah. Kenny Southwell said he sold a fish poster for $200 a few years ago.
At my store the other day at Savers, it was a few weeks back. They somebody put in someone had a framed, I think it was a poster, and it was I can't stand the band, but Dave Matthews Band, and it was like limited numbered in the corner. And I asked the lady run the thing if they sell the stuff out of the donation bin, and she goes, "Oh no, that has to get processed." I'm like, oh well. As I was looking it up on my phone, I was like, "Oh, that was go for good money." Because I guess it was only a few years ago, but it went by the city they played in, and this was Fenway, of course. But I was like, "Oh, what the hell?"
And you know what's weird about all this, Ronnie, is there are so many of these posters, and Kim and I looked through them, and these two were our favorites. Okay, and then those are the ones that ended up being nothing. So Jay Lowry said that 1980 Spuds motorcycle poster just sold for like $25. I'd be good with that because I have like 10 of them. Okay. So, however you want to look at it, yeah, some of them, I mean, we're expecting to get between $15 and $40 on these posters, but we have like 80 to 100 of them. So, I mean, but these two, I don't know. We've got high hopes for them, and it lends to our what we like. We could just tell it's different and it's off. And sure enough, they are, because if you ask Kim, she'll say the same thing. These two, we didn't know if there were 100 of them out there for sale or not, but those two were our favorites when we saw them. You would say 40, just trying to help, bro. I appreciate your help, man. I appreciate it. I don't know what you're basing it on, but I appreciate it. You got a comparable you can show me?
All right. So you're drinking Budweiser to show your support?
Yeah, show my support. Dude, it's been a long time since I've even had a beer, so I thought I'd sit down after this stressful day after Kim kicked me throughout the house.
Anything like Spuds McKenzie stuff sells actually pretty decent.
It does. It does. And we've actually got the Spuds McKenzie calendars, the poster calendars, which,
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
I've seen one of those.
some of those selling for $80. So,
No, all
yeah.
the posters you got Budweiser? Or?
Yeah, well, they're all Anheuser-Busch. Okay. Well, I think that the elephant one, somebody said that it's now named something else, but from what I remember, like there's Michelob, but it's all Anheuser-Busch, I believe. And I think they make all these different brands of beer. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it's no different than clothing. Certain clothing companies now own like 4 and 5, 6 different companies, and you don't even know it unless you Googled it, and it's like, oh, really? That company owns Izod, Tommy Hilfiger, it'll be like 6, 7, 10 different brands, and you're like, wow, didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, this stuff was in the guys. I mean, they were packed in that box, all rolled up together, rolled inside each other in 3 piles. He never hung any of them up. None of them have any pinholes, tape, or anything. So I don't know what the story is behind them. They're over 3 years, 84, 85, and 86. And I'm just not sure what the story is behind them, but they're all pretty much the promo type. It's not like you can go into Walmart and buy them.
They had a bunch of different campaigns. So they had remember the frogs?
Oh, yeah.
Budweiser. And then they had the thing for the Super Bowl all the time. Is it Bud Bowl, maybe? I don't know. But I would assume a lot of that kind of weird stuff would be collectible because there's a fan base for it.
Yeah. Well, people like us, man. I mean, like if I was going to have a man cave, I would probably pick like Spuds McKenzie stuff, because that's when I came up, and that's what I think is cool. The Budweiser Frogs were later.
Yeah.
So I'm more of a Spuds McKenzie. I'm an 80s.
So you definitely have it would be with beer memorabilia.
Yeah. Yep. But no, I'm not trying to bust on you, Jay Lowry, 68. I'm just, I don't know. I'm just pretty. Dude, when you can't find something, I understand not all the time rare doesn't mean valuable, okay? But when you take the contributing factors that it's Budweiser, which has a huge following, it's I wish I could find out something about like the artist or something, like Andy Warhol or something like that. There's just something really different about those than any of the advertising that they had normally done. The fact that it was special order only. So I don't know. I don't know. I would think if I ordered that, you know, because we believe that stuff. Back in the day, that's how we would get weird stuff. We'd order it out of a magazine or something. But if I would have gotten that, it went up on my wall. It would have had the pinholes, and it ended up being torn. So, yeah. I'm sorry, Near Just Mom. You might want to rewind a little bit. I've got them in these cases, and I don't want to keep handling them because the more you handle posters and open them up, you take a chance on tearing them or creasing them. But yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll let everybody know. I mean, if I crash and burn on them, then I'll tell you I crashed and burned. So,
well, you definitely find out when you sell some.
Yeah, we'll find out.
I wonder if I don't know. I forgot what I was going to say. I haven't found anything cool and interesting this week. You're finding all the good stuff. I haven't really been out since last Tuesday, so.
Yeah, all I gotta do is go to my garage, man. It's like, let's go pick it in the garage. That's what we did yesterday. It's like, let's grab this, let's grab this, let's grab this.
Is that where you got the posters from?
Yeah, they were in our garage. They came from the estate. They've just been sitting out in the garage since, you know, we got them, and I pulled them in yesterday.
Everything from that pick has been freaking pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's it's the gift that keeps on giving. That's for sure. It's for sure. So, oh, okay. Well, thanks for coming and watching. Anybody have any questions? Your cost was pennies. Ultimately, we paid $700 pretty much for the lot. We gave $200 to the people that hooked us up with it. So we're 900 in it. And I think we're probably at 10 grand pretty easy. So everything is plus now. So I think we were in at 10 grand a little bit ago, but we'll just say that for the.
I just thought of a topic for next week.
What?
Why say it now? Somebody's going to copy it and make it theirs.
I need one for Friday, Rob. Come on.
You're on your own, dude. Pete can come up with that one. Pete's only on one show a week.
He's holding down the resource 6-pack now. So we're 12,992 on that pick.
She's keeping track of like everything, I guess.
I don't know. Are you keeping track of all eBay sales, like the patches and stuff?
Well, she just come up with some crazy number.
She wouldn't do that. I think she's keeping track.
That's pretty cool, though. It's not considered. You can maybe get 20 out of there. Still got a lot of good stuff.
Probably. There's still a lot of good stuff out there. How much do we leave behind at the estate? 90%. 90%. But we pretty much got all the military. I mean, we may have missed some stuff. The gold coin necklace, I don't know. I put it in that jewelry jar and sent it. So I have no idea. Didn't even look it up.
Who got that?
Roland Pickard.
Did he make a video on that?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Dad, can you sell a poster that has some damage, like a small tear or damage from humidity? I tell you what, it all depends on the value. If you think about it, it's almost like, you know, you get a 1930s toy, okay? And there's not many of them out there. So even the rusty ones are worth some money. It all depends on supply and demand. If somebody can get one in a lot better condition for cheap, then it's probably not going to be worth. But if it's really rare poster, people will take what they can get. They can have them repaired. They can have them restored. It's all about the rarity of it. If there's just not many out there. I mean, that's why you see a lot, and might be up Ronnie's alley. Dude, I've seen some really crappy Nikes sell for a lot of money. I mean, they look like shit, but they sell for a lot of money. You know, so does it fall under that same thing that
it's kind of like you can go to anything. This even goes back to advertising and stuff like that. If you have something that is, let's say you have a sign, and there's not many signs. The company was only in existence. I mean, you got to think of in the 20s, especially like the late teens, probably in the 20s, how many different small gas stations there was around in the country. And then when the Great Depression came, a lot of those companies either folded up or filled into other groups, or other bigger companies bought them up, especially probably like Standard Oil and stuff like that. So you got to remember, there's a lot of smaller gas companies that were around that maybe only had a few stations. You might be only able to find a half full of signs. It might be rusted out and beat up, but people want it. And you could have this common sign that there's a bunch out there and be in perfect condition, and the value's not there because it's common. They're out there. You know, people want something that's different, unique, and hard to find. But, you know, if you have a poster that there's 10,000 of them, and it's a pretty common poster, and it's damaged in some way or another, it's probably not worth selling. It's no different than a Tommy Bahama shirt, or just your regular run-of-the-mill Tommy Bahama shirt, or Brooks Brothers shirt, and it has a rip or a tear in it. You're probably not going to get much for it because they don't sell for that much anyway.
Yeah,
if that makes any sense.
And that's one of those things that comes with experience, and it comes with time and learning. You know that's why a lot of people, the term one man's junk can be another man's treasure, or what you think is junk is my treasure, because I don't know how many times Kim and I have gotten something at a thrift store that it was in pretty bad condition, but it's like, we're going to make a killing on this, just because they didn't know. People didn't know. They just thought it was junk because it was rusty and it didn't look good. But I mean, that's the stuff that is where experience comes in, and it helps you discern between junk and good, even if it looks rough. So,
yeah, it just depends on what you got, really. I mean, you know, if it's something common, it's probably not worth it. I mean, just research is going to tell you if it's worth it or not.
Yeah. And a lot of times, that's how the old art comes out. You know, it just the frames, the picture frames, they're peeling, and you know, it's paint's peeling off, and people think it's junk. And here comes this guy along that understands the architecture and the way it was made. And they're like, holy cow, this is a $12,000 frame. You know, it's like, that's how it happens. People think it's just junk.
Watch too much of what was his name? He's always buying paintings.
Well, 90% of the paintings out there, the old, we'll say pre-1900, the paintings themselves aren't worth anything. The frames are desired.
Terminal 99, that's what I was thinking of. He's always buying like paintings and prints and stuff like that. And I'm scared by any of that stuff. I look at it, I'm like,
now see,
can't tell the difference.
For those of you guys don't know, check out Terminal 99. This is the epitome of a well-rounded, experienced picker. Okay. It's taken him years, and he finds the stuff that I love. He picks the same stuff that I picked up in Indiana. I wish I could find down here, but I enjoy watching his stuff. So
yeah, there was a question. I guess it was like a question. Have you noticed the amount of merchandise and thrifts have declined a lot in the summer? Donations must be down. I would say overall, summertime is like a very poor donation time.
Can you answer that?
Huh?
Oh, it's Levi's calling me.
You can. But I would say over the summertime, donations are usually down, just because people are on vacation. It's kind of like the same thing of people buying stuff. They're just, unless you have any yard sale, and whatever leftovers you have, you drop off. But most of the time, I would say you're going to try selling your stuff in the summertime versus dropping it off. Usually fourth quarter or spring is late fourth quarter, I would say, is probably the best time because people get new stuff for winter. They get new jackets, new sweaters, Christmas and stuff like that. So there's donations in that period of time. And in the spring, because people do spring cleaning, they're getting rid of old stuff or this or that.
No. Sorry about that.
No issues.
Let's see. But yeah, Will, he's awesome, man. He's awesome. Want to be like him when I grow up.
He just buys everything. It's really crazy.
Chad, I know that the economy in Indiana is bad. Why did you and Kim decide to leave Indiana? Indiana was awesome for picking. Awesome. We could be at an auction every night of the week, 30 miles easily. It was awesome for a reseller. We just hated the area and we wanted to be in Florida. So we just made it and we did it. It's pretty simple. We just did it. And don't regret not one single time.
I love it where we are, but it's getting too pricey. That's all I know.
Yeah.
But I see us, if anything, I see us moving more north. I don't like the heat. I've learned that more and more. I would have moved more north. I would have moved to Maine.
I tell you what, if any of you guys are in the Midwest, that is prime picking. Prime. I mean, oh my goodness. You could be at an auction. Go check them out. How long have you been picking for? Oh my gosh. We've been buying and reselling for 20 plus years. Easily. But yeah, it's all about, we've been the go-to people. When somebody needs something, then we will find it. And that was tricky before the internet. I was the go-to. It's like, yeah. So
Chat Google. You were Google before Google.
Yep. I'm from Florida, lived in Indiana my whole life. Greenwood is the nicest area I've lived in. We're originally from Seymour, and we ended up settling in Greensburg. We lived all over Indiana, but yeah, grew up in Seymour. Been to Greenwood many weekends as a teenager.
I have no idea where any of that places are. I don't even think I've been to Indiana. Oh no, we drove through Indiana, right? On the way to Chicago.
Yeah, northern Indiana.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, Hart, the RV capital of the world. That's where they built all the RVs, or a lot of them are built in that area.
Yes.
And they have the RV Hall of Fame.
All right, guys, give Ronnie some love. We got to offset these dingleberry dislikes. Give him some love. Give him a thumbs up.
We don't got that many.
Chad, I'm in Brownstown. Lived in Jackson County all my life. Right on. Oh, Brownstown. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. I spent many of my teenage years driving up to the fire tower.
You ever think, like, once you get all your stuff listed, that you could go up that way and go to an auction, a few auctions for a few days, and then bring all your junk back?
We could, but I mean, if that's the only reason why we did it, there's just so much down here. We wouldn't have to do it. It's just, I would enjoy doing, going back and, hitting them again. But yeah, it would be all right. But yeah, man, we played all around Brownstown. A couple girlfriends in Brownstown. Right next to where I grew up, and we were like rivals in school and stuff. So, but that was all hillbilly stuff. It's not like, probably rivals you thinking about. Nobody died.
No drive-bys, no
drive-bys,
pull-ups,
nothing like
whatever
that.
they call it these days. Pulling up.
Yes. But yes, I used to go camping out at Starve Hollow and all kinds of stuff. Yeah. Loved Brownstown area. Yep. That's cool. That's my old stomping grounds. Seymour had the best basketball. Of course we did. Yeah. It's like that here too, Chad. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, me and you went thrifting in Orlando. It wasn't too exciting.
Man, Orlando can stick it. Yeah. Actually, Grandma Wrinkles, I grew up on the Scattertuck Refuge, the Scattertuck National Wildlife Refuge. I grew up on it. My dad worked for the government. Yep, grew up on it. And we were poor as shit, Ronnie. For somebody who worked for the government, man.
When we were kids, my parents were, it was so up and down because my dad would have a good job and then have a bad job, and we, especially when we lived in Florida for 3 years, because my dad had a job transfer, moved down, and my mom took a little while to get work, and she was a nurse, and then my dad got laid off like as soon as we moved down, like 4 or 6 weeks later. They laid his ass off after he moved down there. So he worked for a while. I remember we used to drive to school in a cargo van sometimes. My dad would drop us off, and kids would laugh at us because one of us would be sitting on the milk crate in the back of the van. And then my mom had this 69 Camaro, which you think is a great car. But when you're kids, and even, I mean, now we're talking like 30 years ago, nobody cared it was a Camaro. And it was this primer gray. People used to make fun of us.
Yeah.
And then our accent, people would make fun of our accent. Oh, you guys talk funny. And I'm like, oh, you guys talk funny too.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you're trying to beat up 10 people. It's like, that didn't work out well.
Yes, welcome Red Rocket TV. Hello. Thanks for coming. We are live. You are here. Guys, okay, here's another plug for Worth Point. I know Ronnie swears by it. I swear by it. And I mean, if you do like the typical run-of-the-mill clothing type stuff, it might not be for you. But if you do anything that's like vintage or rare, you look for hard to find stuff, vintage toys, just older stuff, it's an awesome database. And many times we have not found anything on eBay, and it's been on Worth Point. And if it wasn't true, then we wouldn't be saying it's good. And it's about $21 a month. So Chad,
yeah, and if you can't, and if the price is too much, find a few friends to join in on you and split the costs. I enjoy it for what I look it up for, mostly like advertising and stuff like that, just because not enough of it comes across eBay. Less and less of the stuff is coming on eBay, so I have to get an idea what it prices for.
Yeah. Yeah, Grandma Wrinkles, they call it scoop the loop now. We used to call it cruising. Go uptown, drive in circles, man.
Scoop the loop.
Drive in circles. Yeah. Sadie says, Chad, no kidding. Anheuser-Busch is on fire right at this second. I just found out. That ain't good. The place is burning down. Let me get this shit listed.
They're gonna need those posters because they just lost the ones they had.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Is it the headquarters? That's bad. We shouldn't be talking like that. Yes. Well, awesome. Thank you, Grandma Wrinkles, for coming out tonight. I appreciate it. And it's nice to talk to somebody from back home. And that's awesome. That is awesome.
I was just thinking, cut the topic for next week.
Just tell us what it is, man.
Nope.
Now, if somebody steals it from you, I will go after him. And I'll ask him, why you gotta be like that, dude?
No, it's my job to go after people.
Yeah.
I like going
You've been a
in.
good
Well,
boy lately.
well, you know, I've been really good, even though I wanted to go after somebody early this week for.
Good question. What other sources does WorthPoint use other than eBay? WorthPoint uses like online auctions. What else have I seen on there? I think Etsy is considered an online auction.
Yeah, but I don't know if I've ever seen anything from Etsy on there.
Let's say it just says online auction.
Oh, maybe then.
I remember Google searching something and I saw the Etsy listing, and then when I went to WorthPoint, I saw the same Etsy listing, but it said online auction.
Oh, okay. That's cool, man. Or interesting.
Yeah. Who would be a good presenter at the next rally? Oakbrook Picker. I met an owner of WorthPoint. Will. Yeah. Alex March says, I just want to say you guys are the bomb. Inspire me to quit my job and get into reselling full time. Thanks for the videos. Needed this info at this point in my life. Well, that's awesome. If it doesn't work out, don't come after us.
That's bad.
But yeah, that's awesome, Alex. And we wish you the best. And just, I don't know, what kind of advice can you give him? How long has it been?
Just keep plugging along, and if it's okay to go back, I think even if it's part-time to something, to get the necessary experience and even money capital to build up and then to retry, but don't give up on the first chance. That's all.
Got Junk in Your Trunk says, I'm an estate liquidator and use WorthPoint myself. It gathers all Google info, anything labeled, and it puts it in their database. I don't know. I think it's beyond that because there's been many times where I found it on WorthPoint. I didn't find it on Google. So I don't know. I don't know how it works. I don't think it's as simple as probably as that, because there would be a lot more of WorthPoints out there if that was the case. If it was just what do you call it? A minor. And I don't know. Grandma Wrinkle says, I want to quit my job, but I am off most of the day anyway, so I guess I should suck it up. Oh, I love it. That's cool. That's cool.
You know what upset me today? I seen in a post somewhere somebody had Tuesday yard sales, and I was like, no, I want Tuesday yard sales. They were in Michigan. I was like, what is this? I'm lucky if I'm lucky if I sniff a yard sale on a Friday.
Yes. Well, thank you for coming, Liberty.
Any last words?
The end of it.
Yeah. We going. Any last words, Mr. Chad?
I don't think so, man. Other than Honey, any final words?
Oh, hello everyone.
You want to come in and say hi real quick?
My eyes are messed up because I'm allergic to that stuff, so no, I can't.
Okay.
But hi everyone.
Yes, she says hello. There's Steven and Steph, Resale Killers. Were they on Lonnie's channel today? No, it's tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Lonnie and Tanya is hosting Steven and Steph, Resale Killers. I'm looking forward to it. I thought maybe I missed it today. So, hey, Grandma Wrinkles is from Brownstown.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. She drives a bus.
Oh, wow. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Small world.
Yep, yep, yep. Bill and Carol says hello. But no, Ronnie, the final words is, pretty much for us today, there was some frustration in the air, and you just got to deal with it by taking a break or whatever. Do what you got to do and just pick it up next time. Because what we did today, it was like whatever we did, it didn't work. So we've been talking, like before the show, we were talking about what we're going to do to try to see if it's going to work. Because if these didn't have value, we wouldn't be putting this much effort into it. And if there wasn't 80 to 100 of them, we wouldn't be putting this much time into it. But it's worth even building a setup to ensure that it will take good pictures to do this, because there's going to be money there. Even if they only sell for $10 a piece, you're talking 80 to 100, you're talking $1,000, 800 to $1,000. So, and I guarantee some are worth a lot more than $10. But yeah, eventually we're not going to give up. Don't give up. If you hit a brick wall, then after you pick yourself up off the ground, figure out a way around that brick wall. But yeah, pretty much that's it. That's it.
Yeah, I think for myself, it's just stay calm, be patient, and just keep going. I mean, everything does get better at some point.
Yep.
And there's people that have talked about it. They've hit one roadblock, they hit a second one, they still go around it, they go through it, they go over it, but they make it happen. And that's just the thing. First time, if it doesn't succeed and you fail, guess what? You can go on. I've failed at businesses before, eBay. So, it didn't let me give up on myself. So
yeah, it's easy to give up, guys. It's easier to give up on something than it is to persevere and push through. So we're not quitters. We will figure it out, and we will share it with everybody. So that's where we're at. And thanks, Ronnie, for having us on. And guys, give him some love. Hit the like button. Let him know that
I'm not fuzzy anymore.
He's a good guy. Yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe. See you later. And also, make sure you subscribe to Golden Finger Picker channel. See you later, guys. Bye-byes.